Our award-winning show is back, and this season promises to be even more exciting than before. What's Up, Doc isn't just a title, it's a call to action for anyone who wants to improve their health and well-being. Join us on this thrilling ride towards better health on WESN Content Capital.
Money is something we all deal with, but how many of us truly understand it? What if you could make better decisions with your money? Decisions that secure your future, protect your family, and bring you peace of mind. I'm Darren Jacobs, and I'm here to help you make sense of your dollars. Welcome to Dollars and Cents, the show that breaks down the financial world in ways that matter to you. No jargon, no confusion, just real conversations about money, your money. So join me every Wednesday at 10 a.m. on WESN for Dollars and Cents.
Pastor J, I want to get a tattoo.
You really want
to me. Respond to me. How you would respond to me?
The first question I'll ask is why?
Controversial taboo topics.
We get so consumed by church, we forget that we have to live the life of being a Christian outside of the Sunday.
Like you say,
services, yeah.
we think going to a service makes us a Christian.
Exactly.
Yeah. Right. So here we are about to hear the second time Pastor J wanted to take a tattoo.
Would have been late last year and early this year.
Oh gosh.
Hope Unfiltered podcast with Pastor J and Ren.
WESN.
So, from living in Belmont Hills we come, from places far and near. And this Saturday, those places include some of the best school steel orchestras in the country, gathering right here for a true musical celebration. So, I'm going to get into it, but as a proud Providence alum, I know how deeply music runs through our school's culture, and the Provi QRC Steel Orchestra is one of its brightest expressions. Today, I'm joined by Chriselle Gorin, principal of Providence Girls Catholic School, and Jamon Peters, a student of Queen's Royal College, to talk about the Magnificent Seven Invitational Schools Pan Clash. Good morning and welcome.
Hi, good morning.
Good morning. Thank you, Jada. Good morning, Naomi.
Good morning.
And I just want to say happy Steel Pan Day to you and to our nation. It's a pleasure to be here, even more so to see you this morning.
It's a pleasure to have you, and to have this moment. Okay, so my first question would be to you. For those who don't know, how did the Provi QRC Steel Orchestra even come about?
Well, we have a nice, long, rich history at this point. We came together late 2013. And primarily we came together for Panorama. QRC and Providence at the time were two schools looking to take part in Panorama, and we didn't quite have the numbers. Each of us were around 25 at the time, and to be a Panorama powerhouse, you needed to have 50. That's what we look at. So through the principals at that time, Mr. Simon and Mrs. Ojomark, your former principal, we came together. And we entered Panorama 2014, and we won that first year with Pan in Danger. Yes. And you should have been in school by that time, yes? Yeah. I think you would have remembered that. And we stayed together as a Panorama band, primarily throughout the years. All the way up to, I want to say, 2023, 2024 there, where at that time I would have taken over. Mrs. Mark would have retired in 2020. All right, so I took over from her, and with Mr. Simon we would have started discussions about where do we go from here? Both of us, and living on Miss Mark's dreams as well, had an aspiration for the band that went beyond just Panorama. So we got to thinking, we got to planning, and we came up with a number of things. One of those things was a tour, which we did in 2024. That was quite a success, quite. Coming up from that tour was the emergence of our stage side group, which Jimon is now part of.
Congratulations.
As well as about 25 other students, and that's a year-long pan group. So we don't just play pan for Panorama anymore. We still do that. That's our big thing. But we also do it throughout the year. And one of the activities that I would say was Mr. Simon's brainchild, Mr. David Simon, principal of QRC. And when he put it to me a couple years ago, well, immediately I gravitated to that because that fit in well with our personal goals for the band and our objectives as the band. And he wanted to have this inter-school invitational pan competition. And hence, the Magnificent Seven Invitational School Pan Clash was born. So what that is, do I continue?
Yes, no, yes. That would have been the next question. Yeah.
Okay. Taking over your interview.
No,
stop me.
It's yours, it's yours.
All right, so what that is, it's an inter-school event. Now, you know, Panorama is the inter-school pan event.
Yeah.
All right, but aside from Panorama, it was found that there aren't too many opportunities for schools to come together in that sort of healthy competition. And that is what this is. It's an opportunity. At this point, we have 6 other schools invited. And I guess we could flesh that out a bit later, but we have 6 other schools invited, and Public QRC is hosting, so that's how we get the 7, Magnificent 7, and an ode to the Magnificent 7 around the Savannah. And they would be competing on August the 23rd from 1 to 7 p.m. at QRC in I want to say this is a different level of competition. It's a different competition experience. Let me not say level. It's a different competition experience than what Panorama is.
How so?
How so? We have 2 segments of the competition. The first one, the 6 schools do a test piece and a song of their choice. And they are judged based on that. And then we have another segment where there's going to be a genre clash. So the 6 schools have been allocated different genres, R&B, maxi dub, I'll leave it there, come and see the rest. And they are going to play against each other. And the judges and the crowd, that's why I have to come and see the rest, because the crowd will play an important part in that as well, get to decide who's the winner of that genre. So these 6 schools have the opportunity to win at 2 levels of competition, the first one and the second one. Probably QRC, we are hosting. So we're not taking part in the competition, but we will be there. We will begin, we'll be there through, and certainly we'll end. This is not an event to be missed.
Of course, it doesn't sound like it. So how were the participating schools selected to be a part of this? Or was it by interest?
It was by invitation. We wanted to get schools from around the country. Certainly we wanted north, of course, that's important, but we also wanted to get east and, well, south. So we did invite some schools. Those who were able to take part at this time agreed and came on board. We had a lot of schools interested, but because it's in the vacation, is that awkward time when students are out of school. So that is how we were able to get those other schools.
Are we hoping this is an annual thing?
It will be biennial. Next year we have our signature concert, Steel at Sunset, which we had last year. And that also goes towards our tour. So we'll have that again, and then 27, we come back again with this.
Beautiful. So, Mr. Peters, what is it like being part of a school orchestra that's also a collaboration between not just your school, but another one?
Well, first joining Public QRC, for me, it was interesting, of course, because I'm meeting, well, I was in a boys' school my whole life, so now mixing with the girls, it was different. It was fun, a nice experience. And meeting a lot of people, some others more musically inclined than myself, and it was a fun experience. Learning, meeting new people, of course, so that's good.
And the principals would have kept you all apart, because I remember it was very strict, like, you guys know how to act. Okay, it's just a boys' school. I remember when it was like...
Yes.
Still like that, but the collaboration really has become easier and more comfortable over the years. You know, we really are a Privy Curiosity family by now. So it's easy when the new ones come in to fall into that pattern that the older ones have set in place.
Can you walk us through, and either of you can answer this, I guess you can get the two perspectives, you know, the preparation, the process going into organizing an event at this large scale with all these different schools and, you know, hosting, obviously you all have a very vital role in the functionings and all the happenings. So can you just tell us a little bit about how it's been so far preparing?
Well, my role would be less involved than admin. They'll be doing all the background work and messaging sponsors. Like, we're proudly sponsored by Subway, grateful for that. But on my part, it's really just being there at practice, getting everyone that's part of the band, you know, focus to get the music and work efficiently, and reaching out to people. Like last night, I was talking to a friend. She was saying she'll call her friend to come, and I say, no problem, I have your ticket. So it's just really getting everybody excited for it. I am eager for it. It's going to be a lot of music. We have Latin, R&B, and I love music. So I'm sure everyone will enjoy it. We have 7 schools. We have San Juan North, Presentation College, San Fernando, Bishop Sandy High School, Port of Spain, St. James Secondary, Belmont Tranquility Secondary, St. Francois Girls. I think that's all, yeah.
Wow. Okay, you're probably really good at school because you memorization on point.
Yes.
On point.
Yeah.
So for someone who's never been to, I'm not personally me, but to any of you out there who's never been to a panorama or maybe something like this, how would you describe the energy of the event?
God. Panorama, I love it. I love it. It's similar to Carnival. It's an entire experience as itself. Like, I do not want to miss any more panoramas. I want to play for every single band. Like, that's how it gets me. Like, when you hear these steel beats, it's just a certain vibe it gets. You know, the music brings out a certain love and energy.
Purely local.
Sorry?
So it's purely local. It encompasses all of our different you know, backgrounds and celebrations. What we like.
Literally.
Yeah. Even if you're not a person who's a fan of steel pan, I think most people can appreciate it for what it is.
Yeah. I mean, seeing that you have such a passion for it, can you tell us how does a steel pan orchestra, you know, especially one like this one where you have this close relationship and this bond with your teammates or your, is it teammates?
Yes.
Yeah. So how does it shape your personal development and your experience in school so far?
Well, that makes me reflect because, well, I graduated this year. And it is entirely different when I first joined because I was rather to myself, more reserved. But now, as I say, Privy Curiosity really is a family. I could go there any day with practice and just enjoy myself. I don't think there's any particular bad blood, any disconnect with members. But of course, because we're so close, you know, you'll have a little bickering here and there.
Brother and sister.
Yeah.
Yeah, it really is nice. And I don't know, I look forward to almost every practice day, meeting people that I'm familiar with and enjoy being in the company. So
that passion is unmatched and it comes through very easily. So
it comes true. And what I want to say, Jimon, is if you could share a bit about your various stateside experiences and the tour. Because Jimon is one, so just, we had practice yesterday, Saturday.
Yes, Saturday.
We had practice Saturday, and our awesome arranger, Miss Kimberly St. Clair, who does all the music for the band and is really I want to say she's the heartbeat of the steel orchestra, because if it wasn't for her talent, we couldn't be where we are. All right, so anyway, we were just observing the kids, and Jimon is there with his pan, eyes closed, just immersed in the music, and she's showing me how caught up he is. And you know, it's moments like that really make, we won't talk about all the hard work. I know you asked, but it is a lot of hard work. It is a lot of admin work and reaching out. But all of that is, it makes sense when you see them at practice. So I don't know if you want to share a little bit, because we had a number of stateside experiences coming back from the tour. I think I counted about over 30, Jimon.
Really?
Over 30. But,
well, as you said, we had a lot of experiences. So we went on a tour to Washington, D.C., Maryland, right? That was last year. It was amazing. I'm forever grateful for that experience and for all the persons involved and the blessings from God. You know, get to experience all kind of stuff in the States. And then this year, we had a lot of gigs. We performed for ZTV. That was last year.
That was coming straight out the tour. We had a ZTV performance, and then birthday party, and then and then we were on the road this year for Kiddies Carnival with Baltimore Kiddies Band. So that was an awesome experience.
It was so many, but that's the thing, because it's so fun. I honestly didn't realize it was like hard work. It was, but it didn't feel that strenuous, you know.
Yeah, felt with it.
Yes, it was fun.
So what was it like being stateside, you know, completely Trini in a non-Trini context?
Oh, well, different culture you're exposed to. I personally find it's okay, everybody enjoys it differently, but where I'd be moving to the music way more, they would just have the little bop, which is so good. I'd glad enjoy the music, but I like, you're standing up. I just like, you know, but it was really cool because they're still amazed by the instruments. Some people come and say, what is this instrument? And they come in to hit it up. And I just say, you know, make them play a little note, and it's really fun. And some people completely confused in what it is and would just be looking perplexed. But it was, you could tell that the music reached them in the same sense.
Freedom looks different, especially here compared to there. And I know that with how they are there, we probably need to kind of get them to open up a little bit more. So you touch their lives, I'm sure. Because a lot of people, when they come to Trinidad, they're like, oh, it's so free here, it's so different here. So our culture can kind of come up and how they do things now.
What do you hope that the audience members would take away from an experience like this? I mean, it sounds like it's going to be, just out of this world, kind of. Because I've been to Panorama probably once, right? And it really was, I would say, life-changing experience for me, mainly because as a Trini, I've always been told that Pan is something that, you know, you have to experience. And once you do that, you kind of get the full essence of what our culture is and what it represents. And it really does give you that warm feeling inside. So something like this, and then, you know, with it being schools especially, the young, you know, young talented hands just playing something beautiful. You know, what do you hope or expect audience members to take from this?
Right. Well, first, all that you just described, you see that joy, that is what we want them to take from it. That's the main thing, the joy of the Pan. Why we are doing this, aside from what I mentioned before, to give opportunity, we really want to, as educational institutions, we want to develop. You want to develop the youth. And what we have seen with what we would call the Panyard model, what has been called the Panyard model, is the steel pan can be used for youth development, and you don't just get the ability to play notes out of it. They learn a lot, all right? They learn discipline, they learn collaboration, creativity, they learn teamwork, they learn family, as in our case. And it does help them too in their schoolwork because it helps them focus. So by providing an opportunity for these schools to come together and engage, yes, we are first and foremost looking at development, but we're also looking at them just having fun, understanding that the steel pan is an opportunity where they can express themselves, that they can find something to be passionate about, and just, as Jimon does all the time, simply enjoy, is also an opportunity for healthy competition and getting together. Panorama is a rush, you push your pan on the track, you play, you push on stage, you don't really get to interact with the others. And this is an opportunity to really interact with these 6 other schools and just enjoy the national instrument. For the audience, well, hopefully everybody's hyped up about it. I think this was a slow, it's I don't want to say slow, a quiet pickup event, if that makes any sense at all. We were there, we were advertising, and then all of a sudden the ticket sales, at least with the adult tickets, are going. Each of the students, they're helping with selling tickets, but I'm hearing, can I get, keep some for me. So we sit back and we look at this event picking up speed, and we appreciate that those in our community, those in our country are appreciating what we are doing for the PAN and what this event would be about. So when they come on Saturday, the 23rd, from 1 p.m., they're coming to be excited. They're coming to be exhilarated at what these different schools are offering. They are coming to enjoy our culture, and they are really coming to just have fun in our Provi QRC PAN community.
Yes. So competition aside, what is there anything else that the audience or persons attending can expect out of this event?
Well, we would have some giveaways. We do have some door prizes lined up.
No self-use tickets. Yes.
We have some of our corporate collaborators. They would come and they would have their booths, and they will also do some snack giveaways and other things. We're still working on those. All right, so they also can engage in that experience. Of course, we have drinks and eats on sale, of course. It's not a cooler event, but they can walk with their chairs. We will have some chairs, but feel free to walk with your chairs. So if by chance all this steel pan and you still feel to sit, you can sit on your chair. But really, we're looking at you moving around to the different tents when we have them playing, and just really enjoying that experience with us.
So onto the competition side of it, I wanted to ask, is there, in terms of, so we have these 6 different schools, is there a theme that how to put it, is there a theme that each school has to stay within for a category? Like, can you just explain to us the competition itself?
All righty. Well, first off, let me touch on the Mag 7 a little bit. It's not quite a theme, but each school has been assigned a different Magnificent 7 building.
Yeah.
And what we have been doing, and our Miss Kimberly Sinclair has been organizing that. She has been doing some reels. So the different schools, we have been putting out reels with the different buildings. So we are educating as well, a little bit about all the different buildings, Amber's House, Rumors, Son Myers Castle, and then each school band or school group, because Tranquil, Belmont are their combined group, they have the opportunity to talk about themselves a little bit. So I've been doing promotion via education, or education via promotion, right? So each school is assigned that, and they may do something when they come to reflect that. We haven't gotten into that, that's entirely up to them. We are, of course, QRC, I'd be biased if I say the main Magnificent 7. The first on the line, the Magnificent 7. So of course we're QRC. All right, and we embody that one. In terms of the first segment, now we wanted this event in August. We wanted this event in Steel Pan Month. We also wanted to do an event close to Independence Day, coming up to Republic Day, because we always felt we wanted to do some nation building in that. So our first song, the test piece, is a nation building song. I won't say which, come on here. All right, and they will all play this nation building song, and they will play another song of their choice. We didn't confine it to soca. Although that, I mean, that would be most enjoyable because that's my favorite. But we didn't confine it to soca. So the bands do have a little bit of leeway there in selecting what their second song would be. And
in that first song, are they able to rework it, make it their own, do an arrangement of it?
Well, we send the music for the test piece, but of course in executing that piece, each school will have their own little flair and how they do it, and you know how they approach the phrasing of everything and all of that. So,
will there be any performances at all by Probably QRC?
Yes, of course, most definitely. So we are hosting, so we have to be there. So we start the show. All right.
Start the show and close the show.
We start the show, we end the show, and a little thing in the middle, in between segments.
Okay.
And you're going to hear a lot of diversity in our music. Jimon mentioned Latin, he mentioned R&B, reggae, what have you. We try to throw in a little bit in every event we do. So we will do that, and you will certainly get a good show from us. And then in terms of the different genres, remember the second segment, we have the schools, those schools partnering in a clash. So you will hear medleys of R&B, maxi dub, and those kind of things. It's maxi dub. What is maxi dub? Nah man, J-dub. Nah man.
I had to ask, I was like, do I Google it afterwards?
No. So I'm feeling the age. So when I was going to school, we would name the 90s and so, all right. The songs that you play, so what we say, dance hall, okay. So long time we would say dub. And you're going to school in the maxi, so it's maxi dub. There are just some songs you have to play. You know, some artists, Buju,
Jamon, you knew that?
Beanie Man, and, you know?
New knowledge to me.
No, man.
No, at least we got...
Supercat.
No.
Oh, God. Go on Google after. Or just come.
Just come.
Yes, come, and you'll get a little introduction. You know about maxi dub, right?
No.
Side-eye.
Maxi dub.
But now that I know more about it, because we still have a Providence group chat of our class, and I know that we're going to get a team, and I'm going to push everybody to come out. This will be so great. Like, we've been looking for a place to have a reunion. Why not?
That's a great start, and then we take it from there.
It'll be absolutely perfect.
So you'll message me for tickets.
For sure. Any final words to any past people's parents and supporters and so on?
Simply, Saturday, August 23rd at Queen Joy College grounds. It starts at 1 p.m. The Magnificent 7 Invitational Schools Pan Clash. Be there. All roads lead to QRC. It will be a performance.
We have the adult tickets at $150 and student tickets are $100, but on the day at the door, those adult tickets would be, well, you come in for $200. So it would be wise to organize your crew now and be there.
It sounds amazing. Again, I'll just recap. It's happening Saturday, August 23rd at the QRC grounds, featuring 7 powerhouse school steel orchestras. Public QRC would be leading the event. Bishop Annecy, St. Francois Girls, Samuel North Secondary, St. James Secondary, Belmont, Tranquility, and Presentation College, San Fernando. Tickets are available from the participating schools, and you do not want to miss it. All in agreement?
I think you all have me sold, hearing everything. I do want to be a part of it. I do want to come on and see what it's about and just how everything is executed. It's
I feel like I'll come as a viewer and also media.
Oh, lovely. So we see both of you there. All roads lead to QRC.
Beautiful.
If it's one thing I just want to mention, like when you look at the schools, especially QRC, you all tend to be so proud. And I think it's incredible because when I was in school, well, all my brothers went to QRC and they were all, I mean, growing up in our house, I have 3 brothers of QRC men, was just, I think it was overwhelming. It was very overwhelming. They were all very, y'all are so proud, and there's nothing wrong with that. I think, but everything y'all do, y'all have the same, it doesn't matter what it is, y'all have the same, just the way y'all execute it, the way y'all show up for it, you all have the same finish and passion. Yeah, the same passion. It doesn't matter if it's sports, if it's music, if it's academics, it's the same thing. And you know, I wish you all the best.
Thank you very much.
You all always do incredible things. So.
And even on that, Kirsi, but also Providence.
Yeah.
There is a magnificent spirit amongst the girls, amongst the school. And I just want to take a moment to big up Providence, because you don't usually hear too much about us. And that's a good thing, because we're not in the news for anything bad. It's always for something good. And I just wanted to big up my school because it is a great school. It's a school that taught me music, that made me fall in love with music. It was absolutely paramount in my life, and I just wanted to put that out there. It's not just Kirsi, but also Providence. Probably Kirsi. All right, so thank you both for coming on to AM Prime this morning.
Thank you for having us.
Thank you so much for the opportunity.
Of course.
It was great.
And you guys will hear more about the Probably Kirsi Magnificent 7 Invitational Schools Pan Clash later on today in our program Breakthrough. We'll be having the principal of QRC come on, and a Provis student will be joining them to talk more about the event on that program. So if you're a Breakthrough fan, then stay on for that.
Yeah.
So our quote of the day, we like to end the show with a quote. I wanted to ask any of you guys if you have anything that you say to yourself daily, some sort of just word or affirmation, yeah.
Something positive.
Yeah. Well, we have the Probably Kirsi motto. We will say this before any performance. So, with precision and quality, we execute. That's good.
Precision and quality, we execute. That's very, it reminds me of like ninjas. No, but that is absolutely beautiful. I know that last week I would have given the quote, make each day your masterpiece, but I feel like it's fitting.
Oh yeah, no, both of them go hand in hand.
As well.
I like that. I like that a lot.
It's a quote by John Wooden. It's short. Usually we like to be lengthy, but it's very short. Make each day your masterpiece. Beautiful, beautiful. So thanks again for coming on the program.
Thank you for having us.
Thank you, guys.
Thank you.
Low energy? Heart concerns? Migraines slowing you down? It's time to take control of your health. Join Wellness Unlocked, the series that brings expert advice and real solutions for a healthier you. In our latest episode, learn how Jameson CoQ10 can help support heart health, boost energy, and even reduce migraines. Get the science, the stories, and the steps to power up your health with CoQ10. Don't miss Wellness Unlocked. Watch now on WESN and start your wellness journey today.
KDM Health Limited says, test yourself for STDs in the privacy of your own home. Our self-help test kits for all STDs are available at our wholesale office in Chaguanas. Call 283-1423. Visit our website at www.kdmhealthtt.com or email us at kdmhealthlimited@gmail.com to place your orders. Available at all health institutions and pharmacies. Contact us for a free list of products and prices.
Welcome to ASTI, Advanced Solutions Technical Institute. We offer hands-on training in drone technology, fiber optics, hybrid, security, business support, and more. Our programs are built to equip you with real-world skills for today's evolving industries. Get certified, get hired, and take your career to the next level with ASTI. Call 778-2135 or email info@astitnt.com. ASTI, where learning meets opportunity.
Good morning and welcome to AM Prime on WESN. I'm Naomi McNish.
And I'm Jada McLeod. So happy Friday.
Happy Friday.
It is Friday, guys.
We made it through another week together once again. So let's get this show started.
So before, of course, we jump into our first interview of the day, remember that you can find us on our YouTube, on our Facebook, where you can leave your comments, engage with us, talk with us, throw in your suggestions for topics and guests that you may want to see. So you can head to our socials there on the screen there, WESN TV, WESN CC, or you can WhatsApp us on the number that you see on your screen. All right. So today we're opening up the conversation to something that is a bit more on the taboo side. It's one of those ugly truths hidden in plain sight of society. Sexual violence in Trinidad and Tobago and what can be done to bring it to an end. Today we're joined by Soleil Marie Collins, youth advocate, paralegal, and vice president of the Sexual Assault Survivors Stand, or SAS, a non-profit devoted to supporting survivors of sexual violence and challenging rape culture in Trinidad and Tobago. Good morning, Soleil. Welcome.
Good morning. How are you this morning?
I'm doing well. How are you? Yeah?
You all hearing me? Hi.
Yeah, we're hearing you fine.
We're hearing you fine. How's your morning going? How's everything?
It's quite rainy.
Yeah. it's pouring outside, pouring rain outside. We were trying to race against it this morning as well.
Yes, yeah. I woke up and it was thunder and lightning and I could not find it in myself to get off of my bed.
It was nice and cozy, but you have to do what you have to do.
Exactly. For a topic as important as this, it's great that we can come on and just have this conversation. So thanks for joining us.
Thank you so much for having me.
Of course. So tell us a little bit more about your personal journey. What led you to become a youth advocate and eventually vice president of SAS?
I actually started off in SAS before I became a youth advocate.
Beautiful.
SAS started off as an Instagram page in 2020. The founder, Ramnarayan, she had a passion for helping persons. And she started this Instagram page just to have persons have a platform to share their stories anonymously or with their names attached, just to show that you are not alone. And the reason why we called it Sexual Assault Survivors Stand is that we don't like to put the label victim, because when you have that label, you feel belittled and you don't want to live like that. So when you have survivor, you've survived an ordeal, you've gone through something and you've reached so far. So you're a survivor of this.
You came out of it,
Came out of it. So she did that in 2020, and when I came on in 2023 on the board, I had a passion for helping people, and I wanted to see a change with policies and how it is we can help persons who are so afraid to go to the TTPS. Once they have a platform to share their side of the story, you know, we could be able to help them. And we officially registered as a NGO in 2024. Thank you. So we, as of March 21st of this year, makes it a year that we are officially registered.
That's wonderful. You would have mentioned that you wanted to see a change in policy specifically. How does that correlate to your interest in the legal field?
So I have been a paralegal officer for the past 3 years, but my office is focused on land law. But I would like to see changes in policy in the sense of orientation. There was a hearing recently where they buggery. You are getting charged for buggery still, but what happens in people's homes, I don't think that should be anybody's concerns, because the persons who are actually assaulted, male and female, male and male, female and female, they don't take you seriously. In my own personal ordeal, I thought it was very traumatic with the TTPS, and the statistics that you have out there aren't scratching the surface. A lot of people do not report their assaults, whether they were raped, molested, because of the things that they have to deal with coming down in the legal system, whether it be they report it to the TTPS, whether they take it to court, and they don't see any justice moving forward, so they tend to stay quiet.
So how do you help these survivors, I know I saw you all had a quote or saying, oh my gosh, transform survivors into thrivers, I think.
Yes.
Is that correct? Yes. So how does
survivors.
Right.
Empowering survivors and helping them become thrivers.
Right.
So
talk on that,
Yeah, we started off with the Instagram page. So you share your stories and letting people know that you are not alone, you are thriving through this experience. And what it was, boy. A lot of people, from minors who are afraid to talk to their parents, they would come to us to share their story, and we would reach out to different organizations. We have our legal and counseling teams. So with legal aid, we will reach out to legal aid if it is that you can't afford the cost that we have. But we offer legal services, whether it be protection orders or bringing a case forward. And we also have counseling services to help you survive the ordeal. And then the different outlets that we have in Trinidad, we have the Legal Aid, we have Rape Crisis Society, we have the Coalition Against Domestic Violence, we have the Shelter, and we reach out to these different NGOs and we collaborate with them. In that way, everybody gets help, the help that we could possibly give them.
So take me on a journey of a survivor, right? Somebody who's gone through something absolutely traumatic and they come across SAS, or maybe they're listening to this interview and they want to be more informed on what SAS does. When they come to you, what's the process like? What would you take them through?
Okay, so the process to join SAS, we have our WhatsApp chat. So you'll reach out to me via email or phone number or our Instagram page. You could send a DM, a message, an email, and you simply explain that, okay, well, I went through something, and you could either share your story anonymously and we talk you through it, or you explain that you want to take legal action, and we'll go through the steps on how it is you could pay us part by part, or if we could refer you to somebody who could help you free. There are different avenues for help.
All right. So is it pay you all or pay towards the legal aid officer, or how does that work?
Pay towards the legal aid officer. We don't take any funds whatsoever.
All right. So thanks for clearing that up. So if a survivor, say they're a minor, they don't, when they're, I imagine there's a bit of sort of a rift there, because if somebody's really, really young, they may not fully understand what's happened to them, and they may come to you and they may not be anonymous. How do you guys deal with that? Is a lot of pressure? And
it really is, because we actually tried to do workshops and conversations in schools, but the problem with that is they tell you that the student support services are already there to do that, to educate the children. So in primary schools, they have about good touch, bad touch, but that doesn't scratch the surface about, the different terms like grooming and rape and sexual assault and molestation. You wouldn't know about these things. I didn't know about those things until I got to high school.
Do you think that minors should know those words or should be able to put context to those words?
They should be able, they don't have to know the words specifically, but they should be able to know that, okay, an adult touching you somewhere is not right, and you should be able to be comfortable to go to someone you trust. And as much as they will tell you, they already teach you that. I know a lot of little children who, if you mention something that, did this uncle touch you, or did this auntie say something to you, or have you seen something? My mom is a primary school teacher, and these horror stories that you hear, not from her alone, but from a lot of teacher friends who say, okay, well, these primary school children are touching each other and calling it a game, or they are watching these pornographic things, they are joining Instagram and Facebook, and these things are coming up, and it's so normal for them. And I mean, this generation, yeah, you have to be scared for them because you don't know what they are exposed to. You don't know if they're experimenting, and they're experimenting is the risk that they are taking because they don't know these terms. And who will teach them if it is we don't teach them?
So I wanted to ask about the policies, legal policies when it comes to sextortion, cyber harassment, the
grooming, all of those different things. Yeah.
So what do you think is necessary or that needs the urgent change in terms of the Sexual Offences Act? When it comes to dealing with the issues like this.
Right, so we have the Sexual Offences Act, and well, I was part of the PS leadership program last year where we had the discussion about sextortion, and I believe this year they are discussing human trafficking. And once you continue to have discussions like this in these different platforms with where am I going with this? With sexual assault, non-consensual intimate images, cyberbullying, harassment, child pornography. The more that you talk about these things and create the policies to protect persons from these things, I feel like
it needs to happen.
Sorry, it froze there.
It's okay.
So when it have more conversations like these and implement policies like this, it could help a lot of people along the way. We have to be very careful about age limits because because it happens to all ages. You hear horror stories about infants, newborns being assaulted, and I'm not sure if I could even quote legislation to cover that. And then like the statutory rape at age 16 and the Valentine clause and all these things you have to be careful about because people tend to twist the law. And you just have to really be careful and know how you want to.
So would you say there's any merit in saying that the Sexual Offences Act in Trinidad and Tobago doesn't fully cover the requirements or the necessities of our population?
I mean, it covers most. I
think enough. So, like, does it? How it stands now? Does it protect our people enough, especially our children?
Personally, I do not think so, but I don't want to get in problems.
No, I completely understand that. But I think that's what I wanted to find out, if it is that we need to do more. What sorts of policies you think would be, that we don't have already, but you think would be beneficial?
Right. So it is illegal to be gay in Trinidad. Right.
It's criminalized, yes.
Yes, it is. So when persons are assaulted, you don't really see them come forward. So if there are policies in place to protect that sexual orientation, I mean, it would be a safer place because a lot of persons don't come forward. And if they do report it anonymously, it's because they're afraid to bring a case because it might not even be recognized as assault because rape is defined as a man assaulting a woman or a woman assaulting a man.
Wow.
So when we don't have, as I said, the policies have to be phrased a certain way to help all persons.
I know that we recently had Mr. Kennedy Maharaj. He's the founder, I believe, of Pride TT. And he was speaking, he came out to speak about the update on the Buggery Law conversation. And he would have mentioned something like this. In his, what he's heard from people is that when they have to go to the TTPS to say that report a crime, specifically a sexual crime, they're not taken seriously. And that took me aback because even if it is that you may have some sort of bias towards the LGBTQ community, it's still your duty to protect the people of Trinidad and Tobago. So when I heard that, I was like, is bias something that prevents people from doing their jobs? Do we need sensitivity training in the TTPS, something like that?
Oh, definitely. I feel like we need workshops within schools so we could have teachers to be able to help students sensitize to these things. There should be sensitization workshops for TTPS because I've heard of experiences where persons go and make a report and they are re-victimized because what you was doing there, and why you do that, and how you put yourself in that position rather than finding out the entire story. Some persons say that how, you receive a receipt after you make a report.
Yeah.
Some person spoke to an officer and they leave there even more traumatized without a receipt. You don't even know if a report was even recorded because they aren't taken seriously. So these are the things you have to be worried about, and you have to put things in place to train persons so you don't re-victimize somebody to have to go through this all over again, because repeating that story over and over, I went through this, I went through that, and then not being taken seriously, not being believed, that is what re-traumatizes a person and keeps them in that victim frame of mind. And that's what we try to avoid. We want you to feel like you're a survivor, you survived something. So that's why we have you with us, and we listen to you, we believe you, and we help you with these steps. And we have our own sensitization training and conversation, so that way you don't feel the same way you would in the justice system.
So with SAS, do you have any policies or mandates to sort of keep up with the digital side of sexual harassment crimes, specifically when people post pictures of persons? I know that there's a term for it, I can't quite recall. If you can help me out here.
NCII, non-consensual intimate images.
Yes.
Yes, so there's actually an NGO, the Humanitarian Foundation of Positive Social Change. They tend to take on cases concerning NCIIs. So there's actually a matter that we're dealing with now with the school child. Pictures were posted and she's being threatened of being suspended. But she was the one who shared it to one person, and the individual dispersed it.
To everybody,
we have several matters like that actually, where minors send pictures to other minors, or they even can send it to adults, and adults share it out. And I mean, you would think they have more sense than that. You're already grooming and taking pictures from a minor, and this is what you'll do and post it out. It's ridiculous. But our mandate really...
Oh, sorry, go ahead.
Yes. So the mandate that we have really, we take a case, we filter it out, and then we pass it on to the authorities, because again, you're a minor and we have to follow the law. If it is that you don't want to report it, because a lot of persons don't want to report it, in the instance of being a minor, we contact your parents if you'd like us to contact your mom or dad. It's depending on you, or even a trusted adult. We reach out to a teacher in the school who would be easier access to their parents. So once you trust somebody, once you have a trusted adult, because we wouldn't deal with the minor directly, we will listen to your story, hear you out, and then we will contact somebody who could actually liaise with, and then we will pass it on to either legal aid or the Humanitarian Foundation.
So I have a question also that you said you wouldn't deal with the minor directly. Is there an anonymous chat that they can go through?
Yes, so actually SAS has an app. So when you type sexual assault survivors stand on Instagram, we have a link there that leads you to the app, and you are able to share your anonymous stories. But we also have Instagram DMs and emails. So you as a minor, if you want to reach out to us, you need to indicate that you are a minor. So that way you will take the report, but then we'll also follow up by saying, okay, well, we need to have an adult contact your guardian or somebody you trust.
I'm not too sure how legal this may be, and you can of course correct me, but do you think there's any merit in introducing a sort of mentor-mentee conversation where a minor who may not want to report it just yet, or just need somebody to talk to, you guys can connect them with, not necessarily counseling, but somebody who's maybe gone through it before that can help them, or some variation of that?
Right, so I would really call it mentor-mentee. So we have a support system. So we have the WhatsApp chat where all persons join. I mean, your number is out there, your face is out there. So we wouldn't know if you're a minor or whatnot, because you wouldn't know age or WhatsApp. But you join the group chat, and this chat is open to the public. And we share stories from Instagram with the different cases, and we discuss it amongst ourselves. Persons who would have gone through an ordeal and want to openly discuss it, we discuss it and we say, okay, we're here for you, we support you. If it is that you don't want to share it on the chat, the board members are identified, myself included. You could reach out to me, and well, I would be the mentor, quote unquote, to help you through it. And we also refer you, we have counseling services, so we refer you to counselors to help you.
So one of SAS's unique features is the survivor-led storytelling platform. When I heard about that, I was really intrigued. Is it that they just come on and they tell their stories, or how does that work, and how often does that happen?
So on the app, there's the platform there. It's really as soon as you come across it and you want to share your story, you type it out, you have your rant, we listen, we ask you if you want to share it, because there's a link to send you back to ask you if you would like it posted for people to see, because your name is not attached to it, you're anonymous.
Yes.
And persons can reply to the story like, oh, we're here for you, we support you, we stand by you. And just that kind of, those little things to motivate you. That's what we have.
Does the work you're doing, has it been healing in any way for you?
For me, yes, it's healing for me to know that I'm actually trying to make a difference, and people have come forward with positive remarks saying that they don't feel as alone as before, because sometimes it's really hard, as even minors, they don't feel comfortable to come to their parents because it's such a taboo topic, because sometimes parents will shut you down and tell you, okay, well, let me not talk about that, let's move on, it happened already. And sometimes it's even within the family, an uncle and aunt or cousin may have interfered with you, and somebody will shut it down and they don't believe you. So to know that somebody is actually supporting you and listening and there for you, they feel that relief. And to know that you could provide that relief for them is something that I am passionate about.
So we are kind of winding down on time, but I wanted to touch on some core issues. You would have mentioned that prevention is a core pillar. So what does effective prevention look like for SAS?
Prevention, we need to start educating, comprehensive sex education in schools, because as I said before, minors do not know about these terms, and if it is that you introduce this comprehensive sexual education curriculum in schools from primary school, not even secondary school, from primary school, because you're hearing 9-year-olds, 10-year-olds talking about condoms and sex and all that, and they need to know what it is before they go and do it. And when you learn that from young, and that's instilled in you from young, when you go to high school and all the hormones are raging and you want to use that as an excuse to hold on to somebody, boy child or girl child, you know, you have that knowledge from before, knowing that, okay, this is consent, this is rape, this is molestation. I'm not to do this because this is against the law, and these are the consequences. Once you introduce the law to persons and let them know what it is, because a lot of people don't know the law and they think they can get away with it. So I believe that you have to teach them from young. And that's the only thing you can really prevent. You can't really stop it on wholesale because people have choice. Like, you are given choice.
Free will,
Yeah, but prevention, teaching them from young.
Yeah. So I know you would have touched on this beforehand with, in relation to the HFLE and student support services. But one, would you say that schools are equipped to really, because schools are overloaded, right? But do you think that they can be, is their focus really on sexual survivors, the issues of sexual survivors, and what would you say is probably missing if they can't fully attend to their needs?
So I'm not quite certain if there are guidance counselors attached to every school.
I would say no.
Right. Oh, wow. Okay. So in that case, they should have guidance counselors attached to every school, or a social worker even. And with the HFLE, if it is, there isn't the courses, because I remember in my time, I went to a religious school, so we would have learned about abstinence rather than protection. And we would have learned about all the STDs and all the different pictures, graphic pictures, about all these STDs. And okay, don't have sex because you'll get this, right?
Yeah.
So I feel like if it is, we introduce the HFLE and go into detail about these things, not as abstinence only, but okay, if you're going to play fast and do it, use protection. And these are the different methods of protection, whether it be condoms or birth control, and why is it safe or not safe to take birth control. And once you have these conversations and let them know from before, you know.
So just really quickly, where does SAS stand on abstinence? Yeah.
So, I mean, sexual assault survivors, I mean, regardless of abstaining or not, we cannot stop the rapist or the assaulter. They are the ones perpetrating and coming on us. I mean, you can defend yourself. We had a self-defense course last year. But sometimes that doesn't even help because of the situation that you're in. Sometimes you may be traveling and somebody touches you in the back seat, or they take you into some side road. So really and truly, it is, I lost track of the question.
No, just abstinence in general. But I like where you're going. It's not something that you can control.
Yeah, so me personally, this is my story, and I've let a lot of people know that I lost my thing to assault. So I was abstaining, I was a virgin, and to know that that was taken away from me, my innocence. And a lot of people have that story like that. They were minors in their home, and a family member would have taken it from them. So it's not to say that they weren't abstaining, but this is something that is taken from you. You don't willingly put it. You didn't have consent, and somebody took this from you.
Is there a particular response someone should give if someone tells this story? Because I don't want to come across as if you're pitying them. As you were saying before, it's not a victim, they're survivors. So I know it will vary from person to person, but what do you think is an appropriate response?
So the general conversation we would have, I want to let you know that you are safe. This is an open space. You can tell us anything as much as you want to tell us, but we are here to listen. So that's how the conversation will start. And then when you go forward, I am proud of you for feeling comfortable enough to even come forward with your statement. You are strong, you are resilient. And the fact that you have reached so far to even repeat the story, you are going to survive this. And just that positive reinforcement, it will help them further going down.
Now, this question might be a little off brand in a sense, but you know, in terms of the rape culture in our country, what role do you think men and boys would play in dismantling that, if any?
Yes. Well, you tend to hear men and boys say, okay, well, if girls dress better, or if they avoid certain situations, if they put themselves in that, you know, but then they don't realize it's the men perpetrating the women. And they would defend the man and say, well, okay, well, she didn't put out, so she looked for that, you know. If men think that, okay, I have a sister, I have a mother, I have a cousin, I have a female friend, and they would have gone through something like this, how would I feel, you know? So I feel like if they have a personal perspective to it, they will see it differently. And because of that, toxic masculinity with that aggression, if it is that you teach them the respect and the emotional intelligence, it will have an entirely different outcome.
Does SAS support men and boys as well?
Definitely, we support everybody of all race, color, gender, sexual orientation.
So I kind of want to go back to your specific story, which thank you for sharing as well, what you did, but about grooming, because you said you were young. Really young. Can you touch on grooming? What should parents know about grooming?
Right, so grooming, well, my parents, they would know about grooming. So grooming really is when you're young, maybe let's say let's start with high school, and you join social media because you want to be part of that clique, and you end up meeting somebody older, and they tell you, okay, well, I'm 19 or 21, and you don't look 13, you look older for your age, and you sound so mature, so it starts off and makes you feel older, and you're feeling all nice because, okay, well, he thinks that I'm older, and then he tells you you're pretty and you're smart, and I would love to meet you one day, but your parents can't know. So the minute you have the secrecy and the hiding and all that, that's how the grooming begins, and then you actually meet, and they tell you, okay, well, if it is that you can meet, you could kiss me, and we could try this, and I'll be gentle. You didn't make them tell you you'll be gentle. They might take it from you, and you know they'll assault you. But grooming starts when you aren't aware, or you don't listen to your parents when they tell you don't talk the street. From young age, they tell you that, but it's because they want that attention or validation. You go ahead with it, and that's. I'm not, that sounds like I'm blaming them, but I'm not. It's just no. And because of it, we need to have conversations with them and protect them because, again, the world is a scary place and they just don't know.
So what's next for SAS? What's the vision for SAS? What are some goals that the organization is working towards in the coming future?
Okay, so SAS right now, we are currently recruiting more attorneys and counselors to join the team. We are planning to expand our app so that way you could actually connect it to the TTPS and make reports directly to it. We actually have a UE chapter, so if you are a student at UE, you could actually go to our meetings. We have meetings once a month there.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's about it for now.
Any organizations in particular you would like to see partnering with you all in the future?
We would actually like to work with the Rape Crisis Center, the Coalition Against Domestic Violence, the Shelter, Victims and Witness Support Unit, and the Humanitarian Foundation of Positive Social Change.
That's beautiful. Hey guys, it's a call. It's a call for those things. Partner with SAS as quickly as possible so that we can get a lot more attention on this topic, because I have so many questions. I didn't know that there's so much that is being done or that could be done, not necessarily from a governmental point of view. So thank you for your work.
Thank you so much.
All right. So how can people support? Is it that you just want them to follow the page, volunteering? How can the average citizen Jane, citizen Joe support?
So you can volunteer your services where you can, because we don't have a bank account. We don't take funds at this point in time. You can follow us on our Facebook page at Sexual Assault Survivor Stand, our Instagram page at SASS Official TT. You can email me directly if you would like to make a report to me personally at sassvicepres@gmail.com, or our corporate email if you would just like to support us, volunteer, or share your story, but just not to me directly, to the Sexual Assault Survivor Stand at gmail.com.
All right. So just my last question to you would be, do you have any messages of hope for anybody, any survivors that was listening or watching who haven't spoken out as yet?
To those who haven't spoken out as yet, that's okay. This is your story to share. But if you have gone through an ordeal, I am so sorry that you had to go through that. But I'm so proud of you for fighting through it. And you will continue to fight through it and be resilient.
That is beautiful. Thanks so much, Sole.
Not a problem. Thank you for having me. You all have a great morning.
Of course. Have a beautiful morning yourself.
Thank you.
All right. So we are continuing with the momentum. It is Friday. It's also Good News Friday.
Good News Friday. So coming up next, our next conversation is I think it's a feel-good one.
And it's also in the space of youth advocacy.
Yes. So it's staying on theme. All right. So we'll be right back with that interview.
Stay with us.
WESN